Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we are diving deep into a major shakeup in the aviation world that most people completely missed. We're looking at Russia's brand new PD-8 jet engine, which just hit a massive milestone at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. This isn't just another piece of machinery, it's the heart of Russia's push to completely rebuild its commercial aviation industry from scratch, free from Western parts. In this video, we'll break down how they built it in record time, the brutal extreme weather testing it had to survive, and whether this can actually save their grounded airline fleet. There is a lot of hidden drama under the hood of this project, so make sure you watch till the end to see how it all plays out. The certification of the new PD-8 turbofan engine has been one of the major milestones in the aviation industry of Russia in recent years. The United Engine Corporation, a subsidiary of Rostec, was officially presented with the type certificate for the engine by Russia's Federal Air Transport Agency, known as Rosaviatsia, during the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. First Deputy Prime Minister Denis Manturov, Deputy Prime Minister Vitaly Savelyev, Minister of Industry and Trade Anton Alekhanov, Minister of Transport Andrei Nikitin, Rostec CEO Sergei Chemezov, and senior officials from the Russian aerospace sector attended the event. This major milestone represents the culmination of a multi-year endeavor to develop a domestically manufactured power plant that can replace the Franco-Russian SAM-146 engine that was previously used in the Superjet family of regional airliners. More importantly, it eliminates one of the final major technical obstacles that prevent the entry of the wholly import-substituted SJ-100 passenger aircraft into commercial service. Now, if we look at this as a strategic engine for the civil aviation industry of Russia, the PD-8 is significantly more than just a piece of new machinery. It is a strategic initiative that is designed to re-establish technological independence in the civil aviation sector of Russia in the wake of sanctions and restrictions that have impeded access to foreign aerospace technologies. Let's turn our attention back to the tech itself, because UEC Saturn was the primary developer of the PD-8, a contemporary high-bypass turbofan engine that was intended for the SJ-100 regional airliner and the B-200 amphibious aircraft. Engineers can expedite development and minimize technical risk by leveraging technologies that were developed for the PD-14 engine, which is employed on the MC-21 airliner. The project, according to Russian officials, exemplified the domestic industry's capacity to design, test, certify, and prepare for the serial production of a complex aerospace product entirely within Russia. Denis Manturov underscored during the certification ceremony that such engine programs frequently necessitate approximately 12 years to complete on an international scale, whereas Russian specialists were able to complete the development and certification work in approximately half the time. Which let's just say it is a crazy fast timeline for building a jet engine. He contended that this accomplishment underscores the expanding capabilities of the nation's aerospace engineering sector. This rapid development brings us to the final step before the SJ-100 takes to the skies. The importance of the PD-8 certification is not limited to the engine itself. The SJ-100, which was previously known as the Sukhoi Superjet Nu, is designed to be entirely import substituted, with the power plant serving as its heart. The original Superjet 100 relied heavily on international suppliers, including the SAM-146 engine, jointly developed by Russia and France. Following geopolitical tensions and sanctions, maintaining and expanding the fleet became increasingly difficult. In response, Russia initiated an ambitious import substitution initiative with the objective of substituting dozens of foreign systems with domestically produced alternatives. These modifications cover the engine, electrical systems, landing gear components, flight control systems, and avionics. Look, let's take a step back from all the dense industry jargon for a second, and just realize that airlines are desperately waiting for these planes to actually show up so they can keep flying. The arrival of the completely localized aircraft is eagerly anticipated by airlines, as stated by Russian authorities on multiple occasions. The new PD-8 is particularly designed for operation on the import-substituted SJ-100 fleet, which is expected to become an integral component of regional air transportation throughout Russia, as noted by Deputy Prime Minister Vitaly Savelyev. The SJ-100 aircraft's final certification is now of the highest priority, as the engine has been certified. According to Russian aviation authorities and industry officials, aircraft certification is anticipated to occur later in 2026, following the conclusion of the remaining validation and documentation procedures. Reaching this phase required a comprehensive testing campaign to prove the machinery could handle real-world stress. The engine's safety, reliability, and compliance with aviation regulations are demonstrated through an exhaustive testing campaign that culminates in the acquisition of a type certificate. The PD-8 was subjected to a comprehensive set of ground and flight tests that examined its effectiveness in a diverse array of operational scenarios. Thrust characteristics, fuel efficiency, endurance, resistance to environmental hazards, and overall operational stability were evaluated by engineers. The testing program encompassed severe scenarios that modern commercial engines must be capable of withstanding, as well as simulated long-term operational cycles. Bird strike simulations, water ingestion trials, blade failure scenarios, hail impact testing, lightning resistance evaluations, and icing condition flights were among the most challenging tests. The purpose of these evaluations is to guarantee that the engine remains operational and secure in the event of unforeseen circumstances that may arise during airline operations. So, what does all this testing actually mean for the average passenger sitting in a cabin? It means the engine had to freeze in the deep north just to prove it wouldn't quit on a standard winter flight. The frost trials conducted in northern Russia using an SJ-100 test aircraft were particularly noteworthy. In order to assess the engine's stability in extreme weather conditions and the effectiveness of its anti-icing systems, engineers subjected it to severe freezing conditions during these flights. These brutal environment tests were backed up by thousands of hours of validation on the ground and in the air. The testing effort's magnitude demonstrates the seriousness with which Russian regulators and manufacturers approached certification. During certification activities, PD-8 engines accumulated an estimated 6,500 hours of operation, indicated industry reports. Approximately 1,400 of those hours were recorded during airborne testing on aircraft and in flight laboratories, while the remaining hours were conducted on specialized test stands. Additionally, the engine underwent 150-hour endurance evaluations that were intended to simulate extended operational use. This testing is instrumental in the identification of wear patterns, the validation of component durability, and the confirmation of maintenance intervals prior to the engine's entry into airline service. Let's be real here. Jet engines are basically giant, terrifyingly complex Swiss watches that suck in fire, so tearing them apart over and over is the only way to ensure they don't break. The program's extensive disassembly and reassembly process was an unusual feature. During the various phases of testing, reports suggest that approximately 78 engine assemblies were involved, which is more than double the number of engine assemblies typically involved in comparable international certification campaigns. This method enabled engineers to conduct comprehensive evaluations following each test phase and to further refine the engine's reliability profile. Shifting focus from prototype to serial production is the next major hurdle for the program. Certification does not just verify that an engine is capable of flight. In addition, it indicates readiness for commercial deployment and production. According to Russian officials, the PD-8 is currently prepared for serial production and meets all airworthiness standards. The transition from prototype development to production is a critical phase, as airlines necessitate reliable supply chains for the delivery of new aircraft and future maintenance support. Mass production preparations have been ongoing for an extended period. UEC Saturn has been refining production processes and expanding manufacturing capabilities to meet the expected demand from the SJ-100 program. The engine is anticipated to serve as the standard power plant for future regional jet deliveries and to provide a propulsion solution for the B-200 amphibious aircraft. Consequently, the successful certification signifies not just a technological accomplishment, but also the official start of a new industrial phase that emphasizes operational support and volume production. This transition carries immense economic and industrial significance for the broader Russian manufacturing base. Large-scale aerospace projects generate demand across a broad network of suppliers, research institutions, manufacturing facilities, and engineering organizations. Expertise in metallurgy, composite materials, digital control systems, aerodynamics, precision manufacturing, and advanced testing technologies is necessary for the development of a modern commercial aircraft engine. Russia improved its capabilities across various industrial sectors by concluding the PD-8 program domestically. These programs are frequently cited by officials as examples of how high-technology industries can promote broader economic development and decrease reliance on foreign suppliers. The certification also serves to validate the years of investment in the PD family of engines by Rostec and UEC. Future propulsion systems for additional aircraft projects that are presently under development may be influenced by technologies developed through the PD-14 and PD-8 programs. Now, let's talk about the actual reality of the situation, because building an engine in a lab is one thing, but keeping it running on a regular flight schedule is a whole different beast. Altitude addicts point out that certification is an important feat. However, the genuine examination starts upon the engine's entry into airline service. Operational efficiency, maintenance costs, spare parts availability, and reliability will be closely monitored by commercial operators. It is also necessary for Russia's aviation industry to demonstrate its ability to produce engines at a rate that is adequate to support aircraft manufacturing plans. Consistently producing a significant quantity of engines while adhering to quality standards is frequently as difficult as the engine's development. The certification and entry into service of the entirely import-substituted SJ-100 will be another key milestone. Although the PD-8 has successfully completed its certification process, the aircraft program must still fulfill its own final regulatory requirements before it can start widespread commercial operations. With those hurdles in mind, what is the future course of action for the program? The engine has been certified, and the attention is now directed toward the final phases of the SJ-100 certification campaign and the start of commercial deliveries. According to industry executives, serial production aircraft are already prepared and can be transferred to customers upon the aircraft's receipt of its type certificate. Government officials have expressed optimism that airlines will be able to commence operating the import-substituted SJ-100 on regular passenger routes by the end of the year. Both Russian carriers and international observers will closely monitor the successful integration of the PD-8 into airline service. As altitude addicts suggest, the program's long-term success will ultimately be determined by the reliability of its day-to-day operations, maintenance performance, and production rates. This transition marks a definitive turning point for Russian aviation as a whole. The certification of the PD-8 is one of the most notable achievements of Russia's civil aerospace sector since the start of the import substitution initiative. It illustrates that the nation has successfully developed and certified a modern commercial jet engine that is capable of propelling a new generation of domestically manufactured aircraft. The Superjet program was reliant on international partnerships for the acquisition of critical technologies for an extended period. The PD-8's introduction signifies a shift toward a more self-sufficient industrial model, in which critical aviation technologies can be developed, manufactured, and supported within Russia. As the SJ-100 nears full certification and widespread airline deployment, challenges persist. However, the issuance of the type certificate represents a critical turning point. The PD-8 is not merely a new engine for Russian aviation. It is a representation of the nation's commitment to the reconstruction of a wholly domestic civil aviation ecosystem in the years ahead, as well as its technological resilience and industrial self-reliance. The PD-8's effectiveness in airline operations and the speed at which the SJ-100 enters commercial service will be determined in the months ahead. However, altitude addicts emphasize that the certification obtained at SPIF is a significant achievement for Russia's aerospace industry, as it brings the nation one step closer to re-establishing a wholly domestic passenger aircraft manufacturing capability, irrespective of any future development. We thank the people who have subscribed the channel, liked, and shared the videos. We also thank the channel members for encouraging us. Last but not least, we also thank the viewers who have hyped our videos.